Very good morning, students. Today we shall try to know about the nouns. We know very well that there are two classes of words in English literature. The one is called the open class, and the other one is the closed class. In the category of open word class, we include nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. And in closed class, we include articles, determiners, conjunctions, pronouns, interjections, etc. Prepositions also. Why we call open class and closed class? Just to understand, open means open, that you can add or that you can subtract the words in this class. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs are continuously added into the dictionary. The new words are coined. Therefore, this is the open class. Whereas in the closed class, the words are fixed. You cannot coin the new words to them. You cannot add the new words to them. For example, we have certain pronouns, we have certain prepositions, we have certain fixed number of articles. We cannot create the new article. We cannot create in the same way the new pronouns, new conjunctions, new interjections. Therefore, they are called the closed class. Now, these two categories, open class and the closed class, are also called together as the parts of speech. And parts of speech is very much important in order to understand or learn any language. So, we shall begin with nouns. Nouns. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by a noun? What do you understand by a noun? Because you have been read from your previous classes the simple thing about the noun. So, a noun, and anyone can? Okay, let's see. A noun is a word used as the name of a person, place, thing, quality, condition, and action. That is, the noun refers to the name of a thing, name of a place, name of an action, name of person, etc. So this is a short and brief, and we can say complete, not a brief, but a complete meaning of noun. For example, when we say the name of a place, so we have example Jaipur, we have example Banswara. That is the name of any place. That is a noun. In the same way, the name of a thing, that is book. This is a book. So it refers to a thing, not exactly the name, but it refers to a thing. In the same way, the example for a person is the name of some person. Geeta, Sita, Ram, Dinesh, Mahesh, etc. These are the names of person. John, Tom. So they are also nouns. In the same way, the example for quality. Quality, what is your quality? That is also included into noun. You are an honest man. So honesty is your quality. The word honest is an adjective, but honesty, that is the quality of the person. So it is a noun. In the same way, simplicity. In the same way, kindness. In the same way, cruelty. These refer to the quality. So they are also the example of nouns. Same way, the condition. Condition, which refers the condition, just like happiness. So happiness is a noun. In the same way, kindness, that is also a condition. So it refers to the condition and they are also included into the noun. Truthfulness is also a kind of condition. Action, the example for action, judgment, movement, these are the action. So the word which refers to the action, example, judgment, movement, they are in the category of nouns. Now we come to the types of nouns. Which are the types? What are the kinds of the nouns? Broadly speaking, there are two categories of nouns. Two kinds of nouns are there. Number one, countable nouns. Number two, uncountable nouns. We can also see the examples. Countable nouns, as we understand by the words meaning, that is countable, which can be counted. So the nouns which can be counted are in the category or are called the countable nouns. For example, Tina, boy, class, whatever the noun which can be counted. Chairs, school, college, book, mobile, these can be counted. Uncountable noun, meaning is clear, that is which cannot be counted. For example, water, you cannot count water. Milk, you cannot count milk. Gold, wisdom, bravery, etc. So these are such nouns, or we have many more examples of uncountable nouns, that is which cannot be counted. Rice is also in this category. All the abstract nouns which we have, they cannot be counted. So they are uncountable nouns. I think it's clear to you. Next, we subdivide the above two categories further in order to understand better. As I told you, that was the broad category, two types of nouns. Now, in order to understand in a better way, we subdivide these two categories. So first we take countable nouns. Meaning is clear. So in this category, we have number one, proper noun. Proper noun. Now, what is proper noun? Proper noun is the name of some particular person or place or a thing. So, the word which refers to the name of a person, place, a thing, that is called proper noun. You have the name of a person, for example, John, Dinesh, Smith, as we have already done, taken these examples before. In the same way, we take the name of place, Banswara, Jaipur, Rajasthan, India. These are the name of the places. So they are also proper nouns. Or the name of a thing. So when we have the name of a thing, that is also a proper noun. Proper nouns are always written with capital letters at the beginning. So when we write the name of anything, any place, any person, the beginning letter is always the capital letter. So proper thing, the name of the proper thing, Ramayana, we have the example, we have the Bible, we have the Quran, we have the other names also. Gita is also the name of a thing. So these are the examples of proper nouns. When we see the sentence, Sita is a girl, Sita is the name, so it's a proper noun. Delhi is the capital of India, Delhi is the name of a place, so it's also a proper noun. India is also a proper noun because it is also the name of a place. Ramayana, it's a name of a book, name of a thing, so definitely it's a proper noun. And Valmiki is again the name of a person, so it is also a proper noun. Though here in this PPT I have not underlined them, but they are proper nouns. Next type of noun in this category, countable category, that is the common noun. Common noun is the name given in common. Common means here that can be shared by all. So, the name given in common to every person, everything, or every place of the same class or kind. So, the thing, the person, the place which is common to all, and the name that we give that those things, those person, those place are put into the common nouns category. So we have very simple, because common nouns are very much prevalent or too much there. We should understand them. For example, man always loves his past. So man here is a common noun because man is the word which refers to all human beings. In the same way, he is going to college. So college is the name of name of a place where we go to study. So it's common to all. It's not special, it's not particular. Give me that book. Book is also a common noun because the word is also the word is very much common for the thing, the book which can be read, the thing which is to read. We can read, we can go through that. In the same way, there are so many common nouns. You can take examples. You can also give me some examples. Just like table that we see here. Table is also a common noun because it's common for all. In the same way, chair, again common noun. You have the pen, that is also a common noun. You have a copy, that is also a common noun. Common noun, and it can also be counted. It can also be counted. That is, we can also make the plural of these common nouns, singular and plural. For example, we have the plural of men, men, college, colleges, book, books, chair, chairs, table, tables, etc. Then we come the another category of the nouns, that is collective noun. In the broad category, that is the countable nouns. So what are the collective nouns? Collective nouns is the name of a number or a collection of persons or things taken together and spoken as one whole. So collection of something, collection of some person, collection of some numbers, that are called the collective nouns. Let's see the examples. He was attacked by the crowd. So here I have underlined the crowd. So crowd is here a noun. And what kind of noun? It is a collective noun. Collective, crowd. So crowd refers to some group of people, some group of men, women who are gathered. That is, a number of people are gathered in a place or are standing in group, that is called the crowd. So crowd refers to the number of people. So collection of people, collection of person. So it's a collective noun. In the same way, another example, we are proud of our army. Army is a noun, and army refers to the number or the collection of persons who who are the soldiers, who are the people who sacrifice for the sake of country, who sacrifice their lives for the country. So army is the collection of the soldiers. So it is also a collective noun. The jury found the prisoner guilty. So here the jury is again the group or the collection of people who represents the judges. They are the judges. They are the people who decides the judgment, who hears the cases, who decides. So here jury is not made of only one person, but there are a number of persons, collection of persons. So it is also a collective noun. I think you are following me properly or clearly. Next,